The ordinary Chevy Cobalt sedan never impressed us very much in our testing. So what happens when Chevy comes out with a turbocharged 260 horsepower version of the SS Coupe? You might be very surprised. The 2-liter turbocharged motor has a lot of power, plus it has good power down low, which is somewhat surprising from a car with such high horsepower and such a small displacement. We also didn't see much torque steer, something you often see with a high horsepower car with front-wheel drive. So this car does a really good job of getting the power down to the ground, which is really important. And the motor sounds refined and has a really nice exhaust note. Fuel economy is 22 miles per gallon, but that's on premium fuel. One unique trick that the Cobalt SS does in getting all that power down to the ground is something that's called launch control. Launch control makes it easier to accelerate really hard. It makes it so you don't over-rev the engine when you drop the clutch. Another really cool thing is called no lift shift, and what that means is you don't have to actually get off the accelerator pedal when you're shifting real hard from first to second or second to third. It actually makes it a little bit quicker going to 0 to 60. And the Cobalt SS isn't just good in a straight line. The car handles really, really well. We like the steering, it feels pretty precise, and the car has great body control, good grip, and most importantly, really good balance. The car just doesn't understeer in the corners. It feels really good. It's a nice responsive steering. It makes it really, really fun car to drive. And what's nice is it doesn't get that handling by having a super stiff suspension. In fact, the ride isn't bad. It's pretty compliant, although it gets a little bit choppy on the highway. Stability control is standard, and that works really well in emergency situations. But there's also a competition mode on that stability system. That's something we're more used to seeing in, say, a Corvette. And what that does is it allows you to explore the limits of the car a little bit more before the stability system comes into play. You can also turn it completely off. And when it's time to stop, the brakes work flawlessly, with great braking performance in the wet or dry. And the car's not too noisy. It's pretty quiet on the highway, although there's some wind noise. The interior is pretty common with most Cobalts, but the sport seats are nice. They're pretty supportive. The rear seat in the coupe, well, it's really tight, and it's hard to get back there. The trunk, well, it's pretty roomy, but the problem is it's really hard to get stuff in and out, because the opening is super small. So while Chevy didn't really have much to work with when they started with the unimpressive Cobalt sedan, they did a great job of transforming that car into something that's really fun to drive.